Have you ever wondered why some people drive for decades but still make small mistakes that cause their cars to break down faster, waste fuel, or lead to accidents? The truth is, there are many secrets never taught in driving school that can help you drive safer, save money, and feel like a pro. In this video, we share 17 practical driving tips, simple habits that, if applied correctly, can save you thousands of dollars in repairs and make every trip smoother and more confident than ever. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. Don't place items on the dashboard or block sensors. Many people have a habit of placing phones, bags, or stuffed toys on the dashboard for convenience or to decorate their car. But few realize this is one of the most silently harmful habits. The dashboard houses critical sensors, like light sensors, temperature sensors, and airbag scanners. When covered, these systems can't accurately measure external conditions, causing the AC to cool improperly, airbags to deploy late, or even fail during a crash. Plus, items on the dashboard can become flying objects during sudden braking or accidents, potentially causing serious injuries. A phone falling at 60 miles per hour has the impact force of a brick hitting someone. 2. Adjust mirrors correctly to eliminate blind spots. Most drivers think seeing their car's body in the mirrors is enough, but that's exactly why blind spots persist. Blind spots are areas you can't see with your eyes or mirrors, where other vehicles can disappear in an instant. Many collisions happen because drivers change lanes unaware of a car running parallel right beside them. The correct way to adjust mirrors is simple. The center mirror should fully show the rear window, and the side mirrors should be angled so you don't see your own car's body. This creates a seamless field of view across all three mirrors without overlap. When changing lanes, follow the eyes, mirrors, shoulder rule. Check your mirrors, then quickly glance over your shoulder to check for hidden areas. 3. Avoid driving in other vehicles' blind spots. Many drivers focus only on what's ahead and forget that other vehicles' blind spots can put them in danger. The blind spots of trucks, SUVs, or buses are wide, sometimes wide enough to hide an entire car. If you drive parallel too close to their side or tailgate too closely, the driver ahead likely can't see you in their mirrors. If they suddenly change lanes, you won't have time to react. The best approach is to avoid lingering in the rear right corner or right beside large vehicles. If you must drive parallel, pass decisively and change lanes safely. A small tip: if you can't see the driver's face in their mirror, they can't see you either. On highways, don't tailgate trucks, as the draft behind them can pull your car, reduce visibility, and increase risk if they brake suddenly. Keep your distance and maintain a wide view. 4. Learn to feel your car's wheel positions. Many experienced drivers still don't truly know where their wheels are. It sounds odd, but this is why they easily hit curbs, scrape edges, or run over potholes without realizing it. To control your car precisely, you need to sense the position of the front and rear wheels while moving. An effective practice is to use empty plastic bottles, place them on the road, and practice driving over them with your front left wheel, then the right. Open your window to hear the slight crunch when the wheel hits. After a few tries, you'll develop an accurate sense of your car's width. Once comfortable, try navigating narrow gaps or winding roads. You'll find it easier to stay on course and avoid obstacles. Good car feel not only helps you park close to curbs without scratching rims, but also lets you react quickly to dodge obstacles. On narrow roads or when backing into parking spots, knowing exactly where your car is boosts your confidence. No guide is needed. 5. Park using mirrors and reference markers. Parking is a nightmare for many, especially new drivers. No matter how much you practice in a lot, real-world parking can still lead to scraped rims or crooked parking. The truth is, no one can park perfectly from the start, unless they use mirrors and markers. For perpendicular parking, watch the curb through the right mirror. Stop when the curb's edge touches the bottom of the mirror. That's the ideal distance. Not hitting the wheel, but not too far either. For parallel parking, place a small colored tape strip at the bottom of the windshield. Position so that when it aligns with the curb's edge, it's time to brake. This sounds simple, but is incredibly accurate, especially for low clearance cars. When backing up, slightly tilt both side mirrors to clearly see the rear wheels and lane markings. This small habit helps you read distances instead of guessing. Like if you just learned something new. 6. Practice driving in bad weather. Everyone dreads driving in rain, fog, or on slippery roads, but avoiding it forever only makes you more nervous and at risk when it happens for real. The only way to gain confidence is to get used to how your car feels with reduced traction. Find a quiet area, like an empty lot or internal road, and practice driving in light rain. You'll notice the car slides more, braking distances are longer, the steering feels lighter, and traction drops noticeably. That's exactly what you need to master before facing real-world conditions. A simple exercise is to drive at low speed, then brake firmly to see how the car stops, learning to read the road. On flooded roads, maintain a steady speed, avoid sharp steering, and never brake hard. One sudden turn or accelerator jab can make your car slide like it's on ice. Most importantly, don't assume ABS or traction control makes you invincible. Those technologies only assist, not replace, your skills. 7. Observe taller vehicles ahead. Many drivers fixate on the car directly in front of them, forgetting that seeing through someone else's eyes can be an advantage. Taller vehicles like SUVs, trucks, or buses have a broader view, spotting things you might not see. So, get into the habit of watching how the tall vehicle ahead reacts. If they suddenly change lanes, flash their hazard lights, or brake hard, there's likely an obstacle or accident up ahead. Don't wait until the car right in front of you slams on the brakes to react. It might be too late. A small tip: when following a truck or container, keep enough distance to see their rear wheels touching the road. That's the minimum safe distance. If you notice their front end swerving left or right, as if dodging something, slow down or change lanes early. Real-world experience shows that reading the language of tall vehicles gives you a few precious seconds to handle situations. That's enough to avoid a sudden brake or an unnecessary collision. Safe. Start the car in cold weather with a gentle battery wake-up. In cold weather, many people turn the key only to hear a few clicks before the car goes silent. A weak battery is a common culprit, but few know a simple trick to start the car easier without jump-starting. Before turning the ignition, switch on the headlights, radio, or blower fan for a few seconds. This creates a light current that triggers a chemical reaction in the battery, waking it up after a cold night. When the lead particles inside start moving again, the voltage stabilizes and the starting current gets much stronger. After about 10 to 15 seconds, turn off all accessories and start the engine. Your chances of a successful start increase significantly, especially for cars left out in the cold. Also, don't forget to check the battery terminals for corrosion or loose connections. Even a thin layer of rust can weaken the electrical flow. If parking overnight in low temperatures, turn off all electrical systems before leaving the car to let the battery fully rest. This small trick has saved countless drivers from shivering in a parking lot, trying over and over to start a stubborn engine. 9. Cross puddles correctly and dry your brakes. Many drivers see a puddle and speed through thinking, "My car's high enough, no worries." But water and speed are never a safe combo. When tires move quickly through water, a thin film forms between the tire and the road. This is called aquaplaning. When it happens, the car loses traction, the steering feels light, and even a slight turn can make the car skid sideways. So, when approaching a puddle, slow down beforehand, drive straight, and avoid sharp steering, accelerating, or braking. If the water reaches half the wheel's height, maintain steady throttle and go slowly to keep waves from flooding the engine bay. After passing through, don't turn off the engine right away. Dry the brakes by lightly tapping the brake pedal a few times to create friction and heat to dry the brake pads. Skipping this step leaves wet brakes slippery, reducing stopping power. In an emergency stop, your car could slide a few extra yards. 10. Use night mode for rearview mirrors at night. Many drivers complain about being blinded by headlights from cars behind them at night, especially from high-rating vehicles or bright LED lights. That glare isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. A few seconds of dazzled vision can make you lose control of what's ahead. The good news? Most cars have a night mode for rearview mirrors that many drivers don't know about. For manual mirrors, gently pull the small lever below the mirror to reduce reflected light by changing the angle. On newer cars, this mode activates automatically via light sensors. When it detects strong headlights behind, the mirror dims to protect your eyes. This small feature reduces eye strain, boosts focus, and prevents accidents from delayed reactions due to glare. If you often drive long distances, check if your car has this feature. Many think it's only on luxury cars, but even mainstream models have had it for years. Most people just don't notice it. 11. Run the AC periodically, even in cold weather. Many think turning off the AC in cold weather saves fuel, but that's why air conditioning systems often fail after a few years. The AC doesn't just cool, it lubricates the entire system of pipes and rubber seals with oil mixed into the refrigerant. When you don't run it all winter, the oil doesn't circulate, causing seals to dry out, crack, and leak refrigerant. When you turn it on again in summer, the system isn't sealed properly, cools poorly, wastes fuel, or even requires a new compressor, a repair that can cost thousands of dollars. The simple fix? Run the AC for 5 to 10 minutes every week, even in cold weather. You can use it with the heater on to stay warm, but make sure the system runs fully. Fan, compressor, and ducts. Plus, running the AC removes moisture from the cabin, preventing musty smells and mold in the evaporator. 12. Use the parking brake regularly. Many automatic car drivers think, I've got park mode, why bother with the parking brake? It sounds logical, but skipping the parking brake can damage your car sooner than you think. When you park using only the park gear, the car's entire weight rests on a small lock inside the transmission, called the parking pawl. If this lock wears out or breaks, the car might roll slightly, especially on slopes. The parking brake is designed to share that load, keeping the car stable and protecting the transmission. Plus, if you rarely use the parking brake, the cables and mechanisms can rust or seize up after a few years, becoming useless when you need them. So, even on flat ground, make it a habit to lightly engage the parking brake every time you turn off the engine. This keeps the cables working smoothly and the car secure. The only exception? In freezing temperatures below zero, avoid pulling it too tightly to prevent the brake pads from freezing in place. 13. Pay attention when the next lane slows down. When you're driving steadily and notice cars in the adjacent lane slowing down, many drivers ignore it, thinking their lane is still clear. But that's when collisions are most likely to happen. If the cars next to you slow down, there could be an obstacle, a pedestrian crossing, or a vehicle turning that you haven't seen yet. If you keep your speed, you might not have enough braking distance when you spot the issue. Especially in residential areas or near intersections, observing the behavior of surrounding traffic is a critical skill. When you see them slowing, ease off the gas, lightly tap the brake, and scan both sides of the road. Sometimes, a child, a ball, or a small animal can appear out of nowhere. Slowing down early gives you a few extra yards to react, enough to handle the situation safely without panic. Safe driving isn't just about looking ahead, it's about reading signals from other drivers around you. They often see something you haven't noticed yet. Section 14. Don't let speed illusions fool you. On straight roads, especially highways or open stretches with few obstacles, many drivers feel like their car is moving slower than it actually is. This is called a speed illusion, and it causes some drivers to unconsciously press the gas harder without realizing their speedometer has shot past the limit. When there are no nearby objects as reference points, your brain struggles to gauge distance, making your actual speed feel blurred. This leads to speeding tickets, taking curves too fast, or failing to brake in time when the car ahead slows down. The fix is simple. Check your speedometer regularly and compare it to your gut feeling. If the car feels smooth but the needle is high, you're likely experiencing a speed illusion. You can also use cruise control to maintain a steady speed, helping your body adjust to the real pace. Before entering a curve, ease off the gas slightly to stabilize the suspension and avoid skidding. 15. Slow down before entering a curve. Many drivers make the mistake of braking in the middle of a curve, not realizing it's a major reason cars lose control. When a car is already leaning due to momentum, sudden braking shifts the weight to the front wheels, reducing rear wheel traction and causing the car to slide sideways. The safe rule is to brake firmly before entering the curve, not during it. Slow down just enough to stabilize the car, then maintain steady throttle and gentle steering throughout the curve. For automatic cars, you can shift to a lower gear to use engine braking, which helps maintain traction without over-relying on the brakes. Also, look ahead to gauge the curve's sharpness. If you can't see the exit, don't enter too fast. On wet, downhill, or dusty roads, reduce speed even more since traction is much lower. By mastering the rhythm of throttle, brake, and steering, you'll feel the car stay stable, navigate curves smoothly, and remain fully under control. A safe curve always starts with a few seconds of timely deceleration, not a late brake when it's already too late. 16. Don't turn the wheel early when waiting to turn left. Many drivers make the mistake of turning their steering wheel early while waiting to make a left turn, thinking it prepares them for the maneuver. But this can be dangerous. If your wheels are already turned and another vehicle hits you from behind, your car could be pushed into oncoming traffic. The safe habit is to keep your wheels straight while waiting to turn left, only turning the steering wheel when you're ready to execute the turn. This ensures your car stays in its lane if an unexpected rear-end collision occurs. Also, while waiting, keep an eye on your mirrors to stay aware of traffic behind you. This small habit can prevent your car from being forced into a dangerous situation, especially at busy intersections. 17. Maintain a safe 3-second following distance. Safe following distance isn't about gut feeling. It's about giving yourself time to react to sudden issues ahead. The 3-second rule is a simple and effective way to ensure this. Pick a fixed object on the road, a sign, a pole, or a lane marking. When the car in front passes it, start counting 3 seconds silently. If your car reaches that point before you finish, you're too close. This distance gives you enough time to react calmly if the car ahead brakes suddenly, changes direction, or encounters an obstacle. In rain, slippery conditions, or low visibility, increase it to 4 to 5 seconds since braking distances are longer. Some drivers think keeping this much space leaves room for others to cut in, so they tailgate, but in an emergency, those extra yards can be a lifesaver. A safe distance isn't just about avoiding collisions, it's about having time to observe, predict, and react calmly without panic or surprise. These seemingly simple tips are the secrets to making your car last longer, driving safer, and feeling more professional every day. When you understand your car, control your distance, observe smartly, and react at the right moment, you not only avoid costly repairs, but also protect yourself and those around you. Driving isn't about showing off speed. It's about moving smartly, safely, and efficiently in every situation. Which of these tips have you successfully applied?